Ladies and gentlemen, I want to begin by asking you a simple yet profound question. Where do you see yourself 30 days from now? Not a year, not 5 years, just 30 days. You see, most people tend to overestimate what they can do in a day, but underestimate what they can accomplish in a month of focused effort. That's the beauty of transformation. It doesn't have to take years. The right habits practiced consistently can begin to change your life in ways you never thought possible, starting right now. Let me share with you something Jim Rohn, one of the great mentors of personal development, taught us. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day, while failure is simply a few errors in judgment repeated daily. Isn't that powerful? It's not the big, dramatic moments that determine the quality of our lives. It's the small, seemingly insignificant decisions we make every single day. The things you do, whether good or bad, will compound over time. And that compounding is either building your future or pulling it apart. Now, why do habits matter so much? Think about this. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. And those systems are built on your habits. The way you wake up, the way you approach your work, how you treat your body, and even how you reflect on your day, all of these tiny actions accumulate. You can't escape them. They shape your character, your mindset, and ultimately your destiny. Jim Rohn would tell us, don't wish it were easier, wish you were better. And today, I want to help you get better, one habit at a time. Here's the exciting part. You don't need to change everything at once. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight. In fact, trying to do too much too fast is often why people fail. But what you can do is commit to a few small intentional changes for the next 30 days. That's it. 30 days. And in those 30 days, you'll begin to see the ripple effects, how one small positive habit can lead to another. And another, until you start to feel like a completely new person. I know some of you might be thinking, can something as simple as daily habits really transform my life? The answer is yes, absolutely. But only if you take them seriously. Think about this, the same sun rises every day. The same 24 hours are given to all of us. But why do some people live extraordinary lives while others remain stuck in mediocrity? It's not talent. It's not luck. It's discipline. It's the habits that they choose to live by every single day. Jim Rohn often said, we must all suffer one of two things, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. And let me tell you, the pain of regret is far worse. It weighs heavier. It stays longer. But discipline, that's a small price to pay for a better life. And the good news is you don't have to figure this out alone. Jim gave us a blueprint, and I'm here to share with you 5 habits that will set you on the path to success, not next year, not someday, but starting right now. Let's also take a moment to reflect on why this is so urgent. Every day, every hour, life is moving forward. The clock doesn't stop for anyone. And yet, many people are stuck in the habit of waiting for the perfect moment, waiting for motivation, waiting for a sign. But here's the truth, the perfect moment will never come. You create it. And the way you create it is through action that begins with the smallest of steps. The habits I'm about to share with you are not complicated. They're not flashy or revolutionary, but they're powerful because they're simple. And because they're simple, they're easy to overlook. But remember this, what's easy to do is also easy not to do. And that's where most people go wrong. They underestimate the power of consistency, the power of showing up for themselves every single day. So I challenge you to think differently tonight. Don't just listen to these ideas. Don't just nod your head and agree. Commit to them. Take them seriously. Imagine what your life could look like if 30 days from now you had built a foundation of habits that made you healthier, happier, and more productive. Imagine the confidence, the momentum, and the sense of purpose you would feel. It's possible. And it all begins with a decision you can make right here, right now. Have you ever stopped to think about how much of your life is dictated by your habits? Whether you realize it or not, your habits govern the majority of your actions. From the moment you wake up to the time you go to bed, much of what you do happens on autopilot. The choices you make without even thinking, what you eat, how you spend your time, the way you react to challenges, these habits shape your days. And your days, well, they compound to shake your entire life. As Jim Rohn said, success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. That's the power of habits. Think about this: if you planted an apple seed today, you wouldn't expect to eat the fruit tomorrow. That's not how nature works. Growth takes time, but what you do consistently watering the seed, ensuring it gets sunlight, protecting it from harm, will determine whether that seed becomes a thriving tree or withers away. Your habits are no different. They are the seeds you plant in your life. Nurture them, and you'll reap the rewards of success. Neglect them, and you'll find yourself stuck, wondering why nothing is changing. Habits matter because they allow you to take control of your life. Without good habits, life has a way of pulling you along like a river current. You wake up one day and realize you're far from where you wanted to be. But with the right habits, you become the captain of your ship. You decide where you're headed. You chart your course. You see, habits give you the structure and the discipline to move in the direction of your dreams, one small step at a time. Here's the thing most people don't realize: habits are neutral. They don't care whether they're serving you or sabotaging you. They simply exist. If you have a habit of procrastinating, for example, that habit doesn't stop to ask if it's helping or hurting you. It just keeps running on autopilot day after day until you consciously decide to replace it with something better. Jim Rohn reminded us failure is simply a few errors in judgment repeated every day. So if you want to change your life, you must first change your habits. Let's talk about momentum. One of the greatest benefits of building good habits is the momentum they create. It's like pushing a snowball down a hill. At first it takes effort to get it moving, but once it starts rolling, it picks up speed. The same is true for habits. The first few days might feel challenging, but with consistency, those habits begin to feel natural. And before you know it, they're carrying you forward effortlessly. That's the beauty of habits. They work for you once you've put in the initial effort. Habits also reduce the mental strain of decision making. Every day you're faced with countless choices. What should I eat? Should I exercise? How should I spend my time? The more decisions you have to make, the more drained you feel. But when you have strong habits in place, those decisions are already made for you. You don't have to think about whether to work out, you just do it. You don't have to debate whether to read or watch TV, you've already decided. This frees up your mental energy for the things that truly matter. Another reason habits matter is that they build confidence. Every time you follow through on a habit, you're proving to yourself that you can keep your word. You're building trust in your ability to take action and stick with it. Over time, this self-trust becomes unshakable. And let me tell you, there's nothing more empowering than knowing you can count on yourself. Jim Rohn put it beautifully, discipline is the foundation upon which all success is built. Habits are also contagious. When you start practicing good habits, the people around you notice. They're inspired by your discipline, your energy, your results. And soon they start to adopt those habits too. That's the ripple effect of transformation. It doesn't just change your life, it changes the lives of those around you. Imagine the impact you could have on your family, your friends, your colleagues simply by committing to better habits. But here's the truth, habits don't form overnight. They require intention, patience, and consistency. The good news is, anyone can build better habits. It doesn't matter where you're starting from. What matters is your willingness to take that first step and repeat it. Jim Rohn often said, motivation is what gets you started. Habit is what keeps you going, so even if you're not feeling motivated right now, you can still take action. And that action, repeated over time, will turn into a habit. Habits matter because they are the great equalizer. You don't need to be the smartest, the most talented, or the luckiest person in the room to succeed. You just need to be consistent. The right habits practiced daily can take an average person and turn them into an extraordinary one. That's the power of habits. And that's why they matter more than anything else. The way you begin your day sets the tone for everything that follows. Have you ever noticed how chaotic mornings often lead to chaotic days? Rushing out of bed, skipping breakfast, and scrambling to get to work on time creates a sense of disorder that's hard to shake. Jim Rohn often said, either you run the day or the day runs you, and the truth is, your ability to run the day begins the moment you wake up. Morning discipline is not just about waking up early, it's about starting your day with purpose, intention, and control. Why is morning discipline so important? Because the morning hours are the most valuable hours of your day. They are quiet, free from distractions, and brimming with potential. Most people waste this precious time scrolling through their phones or hitting the snooze button repeatedly. But the successful among us know better. They use the morning to invest in themselves, to prepare their minds and bodies for the challenges ahead. They treat those early hours as sacred. And that's what I want you to do. I think of your morning routine as the foundation of a building. If the foundation is weak, the entire structure is at risk. But if the foundation is strong, it can support whatever you build on top of it. Your morning discipline is that foundation. It gives you stability, clarity, and energy to take on the day with confidence. When you own your mornings, you own your life. It's as simple as that. Let me share with you a practical truth about mornings. They are a time for growth. Jim Rohn often talked about personal development as a daily discipline. He said, success is something you attract by the person you become. And the person you become is shaped by what you do consistently. Imagine starting your day with activities that enrich your mind, body, and spirit, reading a book, journaling your goals, exercising, meditating. These actions may seem small in the moment, but over time, they add up to incredible results. One of the most powerful things you can do in the morning is plan your day. Take just 5 minutes to write down your priorities and set your intentions. Jim Rohn believed in the power of having a clear direction. He said, don't start your day until you have it finished on paper. When you know exactly what you need to focus on, you eliminate distractions and make the most of your time. You don't leave your day to chance you take control of it. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, I'm not a morning person, but let me tell you something. Morning discipline is not about being a morning person, it's about being a person of discipline. Discipline means doing what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. It's about setting your alarm, getting out of bed when it rings, and honoring the commitment you've made to yourself. As Jim Rohn would say, discipline weighs ounces, regret weighs tons. Another key aspect of morning discipline is protecting your energy. Your energy is your most valuable resource. And how you start your day determines how much of it you'll have. When you begin the morning with healthy habits like exercise, hydration, or a nutritious breakfast, you're fueling your body for success. On the other hand, if you skip breakfast or dive straight into social media, you're depleting your energy before the day has even begun. Protect your energy, and it will protect you. Morning discipline also teaches you the power of momentum. When you start your day with small wins, whether it's making your bed, completing a quick workout, or writing down your goals, you create a sense of accomplishment that carries you forward. Those small wins build momentum, and momentum is what keeps you moving even when challenges arise. Jim Rohn often said, the key to success is to start in the morning is the best time to start. It's also worth mentioning that morning discipline isn't just about what you do, it's about what you avoid. Avoid wasting time. Avoid negativity. Avoid distractions that pull you away from your purpose. The first hour of your day is like wet cement. It sets the mold for the rest of your day. Be intentional about how you shape it. Fill it with actions that align with your goals and values. And you'll set yourself up for success. Morning discipline is about self-respect. When you commit to a morning routine, you're sending a message to yourself, I value my time. I value my goals. I value myself. This self-respect builds confidence, and that confidence spills over into everything you do. When you start the day strong, you carry that strength into your work, your relationships, and your personal growth. And as Jim Rohn said, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. If there's one thing that separates those who thrive from those who merely survive, it's the commitment to lifelong learning. The idea is simple. If you want to have more, you must first become more. Jim Rohn famously said, formal education will make you a living, self-education will make you a fortune. That's the essence of lifelong learning. It's not just about what you learn in school, it's about the knowledge and wisdom you intentionally seek out every single day. Lifelong learning is a habit because growth is not a one-time event, it's a process. Imagine planting a tree. You don't water it once and expect it to grow forever. You water it regularly, nurture it, and give it the care it needs. Your mind works the same way. It needs consistent input to grow stronger and sharper. Every book you read, every podcast you listen to, and every conversation you have with someone smarter than you is like watering your mental tree. Over time, the results are undeniable. One of the reasons lifelong learning is so powerful is because the world is always changing. Technology evolves, industries shift, and new ideas emerge. If you stop learning, you stop growing, and eventually you fall behind. But if you commit to continuous learning, you stay ahead of the curve. You're not just reacting to changes, you're anticipating them. You're not just surviving, you're thriving. And as Jim Rohn would remind us, learning is the beginning of wealth. Learning is the beginning of health. Learning is the beginning of spirituality. Lifelong learning also builds confidence. The more you know, the more prepared you feel to face challenges. When you invest in your knowledge, you start to see opportunities where others see obstacles. You develop the ability to solve problems, think critically, and make better decisions. That confidence doesn't just stay in your mind, it radiates into every area of your life. You walk into meetings, conversations, and new situations with a sense of assurance because you've equipped yourself with the tools to succeed. Let's not forget the joy that comes from learning. There's something deeply satisfying about discovering a new idea, mastering a skill, or understanding something you didn't before. Learning keeps your mind alive and curious. It makes life richer and more exciting. Jim Rohn used to say, the more you learn, the more you earn, and the more self-confidence you will have, but it's not just about earning money, it's about earning a life full of meaning and fulfillment. The habit of lifelong learning isn't hard to build, but it does require consistency. You don't have to dedicate hours every day. Even 20 to 30 minutes can make a difference. Imagine reading just 10 pages of a good book every day. Over a year, that's more than 3,500 pages, roughly 12 to 15 books. Now think about how much wiser, more skilled, and more insightful you would be after reading 15 books that challenge your thinking and expand your perspective. It's a small daily habit with massive long-term rewards. It's also important to diversify your learning. Don't just focus on one area. Read widely. Explore topics outside your comfort zone. Learn about history, science, art, technology, and psychology. The broader your knowledge base, the more connections your mind can make. Jim Rohn often talked about how everything is connected. And the more you learn, the more you begin to see those connections. He would say there's nothing more powerful than an educated mind. Another critical aspect of lifelong learning is surrounding yourself with people who inspire you. As Jim Rohn famously said, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Spend time with people who challenge your thinking, encourage your growth, and share their wisdom. Attend seminars, join groups, and have conversations with people who are ahead of you in areas you want to improve. Their knowledge and experience will elevate your own. Don't forget that learning isn't just about absorbing information, it's about applying it. Knowledge is potential power, but it only becomes powerful when you put it into action. Jim Rohn would tell us, don't let your learning lead to knowledge, let your learning lead to action. If you read about improving your health, take steps to eat better or exercise more. If you learn a new strategy for your business, implement it. If you discover a principle for better relationships, practice it. Action is what turns learning into results. Lifelong learning is an act of humility. It's about acknowledging that no matter how much you know, there's always more to learn. It's about staying curious and open-minded, willing to challenge your assumptions and embrace new ideas. Jim Rohn said, some people read so little they have rickets of the mind. Don't let that be you. Commit to being a student of life every single day. The habit of lifelong learning will not only transform your mind, it will transform your life. Your health is your foundation. Without it, nothing else you achieve will matter as much. Jim Rohn once said, take care of your body. It's the only place you have to live. This simple truth is often overlooked. We chase success, money, and opportunities, but neglect the one asset that allows us to enjoy all of it, our health. Building the habit of prioritizing your health isn't just about living longer, it's about living better. It's about waking up each day with the energy and vitality to pursue your goals and dreams. Health and energy are directly connected to your ability to perform at your best. When you're healthy, your mind is sharper, your mood is brighter, and your productivity skyrockets. On the other hand, when your health suffers, everything else suffers with it. You can't focus, you feel sluggish, and even the smallest tasks feel overwhelming. Success demands energy, and energy comes from taking care of your physical and mental well-being. It's not a luxury, it's a necessity. One of the most important aspects of maintaining good health is exercise. Exercise isn't just about looking good, it's about feeling good and functioning at your highest level. Jim Rohn used to say, treat your body like a temple, not a woodshed. When you make regular exercise a habit, you're investing in your energy reserves. A strong body supports a strong mind. Whether it's a morning jog, a yoga session, or even a 20-minute walk, consistent movement will transform the way you feel and perform every day. Nutrition plays a massive role in your health and energy levels. The food you eat is the fuel for your body and mind. You wouldn't put low-grade fuel in a high-performance car, would you? Yet so many people do this to their bodies by eating processed junk, skipping meals, or overindulging in unhealthy options. Your diet is a reflection of your discipline. Jim Rohn would often remind us, take care of your physical body. It's the only vehicle you get in this journey of life. Choose foods that nourish you, energize you, and support your overall well-being. Let's not overlook the importance of rest and recovery. Many people equate being busy with being productive, but that's not always the case. Your body and mind need time to recharge. Sleep is not a weakness, it's a performance enhancer. It's during rest that your body repairs itself and your brain processes everything you've learned. Sacrificing sleep for the sake of doing more will eventually catch up with you. Jim Rohn emphasized balance in all things, and this applies to your health as well. Stress management is another cornerstone of good health. Life is full of challenges and stress is unavoidable. But how you handle that stress is what makes the difference. Chronic stress wears down your body and mind, draining your energy and focus. Developing habits like meditation, deep breathing, or simply taking breaks to clear your mind can help you manage stress effectively. Remember, it's not the load that breaks you, it's how you carry it. Hydration is one of the simplest yet most overlooked habits for maintaining health and energy. Your body is made up mostly of water, and staying hydrated is essential for nearly every function it performs. Dehydration can lead to fatigue, headaches, and reduced mental clarity. Start your day with a glass of water and make it a habit to drink regularly throughout the day. It's a small step with big rewards. Mental health is just as important as physical health. Your thoughts, emotions, and mental well-being play a significant role in your energy levels. Negative thoughts and unresolved emotions can weigh you down, while a positive mindset can uplift and energize you. Practice gratitude, surround yourself with uplifting people, and take time to nurture your mental health. As Jim Rohn said, you can't control the wind, but you can adjust your sails. Your attitude is a choice, and it's one that affects your health. Building the habit of prioritizing your health also requires consistency. You can't exercise once, eat one healthy meal, or sleep well one night and expect long-term results. True health is the result of small, consistent actions over time. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. Every choice you make, whether to exercise or skip it, eat healthy or indulge, rest or overwork, is a step toward better health or away from it. The habit of choosing wisely each day will compound into a lifetime of vitality. Your health is your responsibility. No one else can take care of it for you. It's easy to blame a busy schedule or external circumstances, but the truth is, your health is the sum of the habits you practice daily. By making your health a priority, you're not just improving your quality of life, you're giving yourself the energy and strength to pursue your dreams, care for your loved ones, and enjoy the journey. As Jim Rohn would say, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Make health and energy a part of your daily discipline, and you'll find that everything else falls into place. Life moves quickly. And in our rush to achieve, accomplish, and move forward, we often forget to pause and reflect. But reflection is where growth happens. Jim Rohn said, the challenge of life is to appreciate the things you have while pursuing the things you want. Reflection and gratitude are two habits that, when practiced consistently, can transform not only your mindset but your entire approach to life. They ground you, give you perspective, and remind you of what truly matters. Reflection allows you to step back from the noise and chaos of daily life. It's a moment to evaluate where you are, what you've achieved, and what lessons you've learned. Without reflection, it's easy to drift through life without direction or clarity. Jim Rohn would often remind us, don't just let your days happen, make your days count. And you can only make them count if you take the time to reflect on what's working, what's not, and what you can improve. When you reflect, you gain insights about yourself and your journey. You begin to see patterns in your actions and results. Maybe you realize that certain habits are holding you back, or perhaps you notice that small, consistent efforts are leading to big wins. Reflection is your personal feedback loop. It's how you learn from your successes and failures. As Jim Rohn said, success leaves clues, and those clues are often found during moments of quiet reflection. Gratitude, on the other hand, shifts your focus from what's missing to what's present. It's so easy to get caught up in the pursuit of more success, more money, more recognition, that we forget to appreciate what we already have. Gratitude is the antidote to dissatisfaction. When you practice gratitude, you remind yourself of the abundance in your life. You stop looking at what's wrong and start celebrating what's right. As Jim Rohn would say, learn to be thankful for what you already have while you pursue all that you want. The beauty of gratitude is that it changes your perspective. When you focus on what you're grateful for, your problems seem smaller and your blessings feel larger. Gratitude creates a mindset of positivity and abundance. It opens your eyes to opportunities and solutions instead of challenges and obstacles. And the best part, gratitude costs nothing, but it adds incredible value to your life. It's a simple habit with profound results. Reflection and gratitude go hand in hand. When you reflect, you see the progress you've made and the lessons you've learned. And when you're grateful, you acknowledge the blessings and opportunities that have come your way. Together, they create a sense of balance. Reflection helps you look inward, while gratitude helps you look outward. Reflection is about learning, gratitude is about appreciating. Both are essential for a fulfilling life. One of the best ways to practice these habits is by journaling. Take a few minutes each day to write down your thoughts, insights, and things you're grateful for. Jim Rohn often talked about keeping a journal, calling it one of the most valuable tools for personal growth. He said, a life worth living is a life worth recording. Journaling gives you a space to capture your reflections and gratitude, making them tangible and real. Gratitude also strengthens your relationships. When you express gratitude to the people in your life, your family, friends, colleagues, they feel appreciated and valued. This simple act of acknowledgement can deepen connections and foster goodwill. Jim Rohn believed in the power of relationships and often said, don't forget to tell the people who mean the most to you how much you appreciate them. Gratitude isn't just a habit, it's a gift you give to others. Reflection and gratitude also help you handle challenges with grace. When life gets tough, it's easy to feel defeated or overwhelmed. But when you reflect, you gain perspective. You see that challenges are temporary and that every obstacle carries a lesson. And when you practice gratitude, you find strength in the things that are still going well. Together, these habits keep you grounded, even in the face of adversity. Reflection and gratitude bring you peace. They remind you that life isn't just about achieving, it's about experiencing, growing, and appreciating. When you take the time to reflect on your journey and express gratitude for the blessings along the way, you create a sense of fulfillment that no external achievement can provide. As Jim Rohn wisely said, happiness is not something you postpone for the future, it is something you design for the present. Reflection and gratitude are the tools that help you design that happiness. Dreams, plans, and goals mean nothing without action. You can have the most brilliant ideas, the clearest vision, and the greatest ambitions, but without taking that first step, they remain nothing more than thoughts in your mind. Jim Rohn often said, don't let your learning lead to knowledge. Let your learning lead to action. Action is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It is the habit that transforms ideas into reality and potential into achievement. Taking action is what separates the successful from the dreamers. There's no shortage of people with big dreams, but there is a shortage of people willing to do the work. Why? Because action requires courage, effort, and persistence. It's easier to talk about what you're going to do than to actually do it. But as Jim Rohn would remind us, the pain of discipline weighs ounces, but the pain of regret weighs tons. Every day you put off action is a day you lose to regret. One of the keys to building the habit of taking action is to start small. Many people get overwhelmed by the size of their goals and end up doing nothing at all. But progress doesn't require giant leaps, it requires small, consistent steps. Jim Rohn emphasized success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. Take one step today, then another tomorrow, and before you know it, you'll have built momentum. Action compounds over time, just like interest in a bank account. Another important aspect of action is embracing imperfection. Too often people wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or the perfect conditions to start. But the truth is, perfection is an illusion. If you wait for everything to be perfect, you'll wait forever. Jim Rohn often said, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Start where you are with what you have. You can refine and improve along the way, but nothing happens until you take that first step. Action also builds confidence. Every time you take action, no matter how small, you prove to yourself that you're capable. Confidence isn't something you're born with, it's something you develop through doing. Each step forward strengthens your belief in yourself and your ability to succeed. Jim Rohn taught the key to success is action, and the essential in action is perseverance. It's not about how fast you move, it's about consistently showing up and moving forward. Fear is one of the biggest barriers to taking action. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown, it can paralyze even the most ambitious people. But the only way to overcome fear is to face it. Action is the antidote to fear. The more you act, the less power fear has over you. Jim Rohn said, what's the worst that can happen? You might fail. But what's the best that can happen? You might succeed beyond your wildest dreams. Take the risk, it's worth it. Taking action also requires focus. In today's world, it's easy to get distracted by endless options and opportunities. But success comes from doing less, not more. It's about focusing your energy on the things that truly matter and taking consistent action toward those priorities. As Jim Rohn put it, don't spend major time on minor things. Identify your most important goals and commit to taking action on them every day. One of the most powerful ways to ensure you take action is to create accountability. Share your goals with someone you trust, whether it's a friend, mentor, or coach. When someone else knows what you're working toward, it creates a sense of responsibility. Jim Rohn often emphasized the importance of association, saying, let other people help you hold yourself accountable to the commitments you've made. Surround yourself with people who encourage and support your actions. It's also important to celebrate your progress along the way. Taking action can be challenging, and the journey can feel long. But every step forward is a victory worth acknowledging. Celebrate your small wins. They fuel your motivation to keep going. Jim Rohn taught, success is not to be pursued, it is to be attracted by the person you become. Each action you take brings you closer to becoming the person capable of achieving your dreams. Oh, remember that action is a habit, not a one-time event. Success isn't about occasional bursts of effort, it's about consistent daily action over time. Jim Rohn said, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Build the habit of taking action, and you'll find that the more you do, the easier it becomes. Action creates momentum, momentum creates results, and results create success. Start today. Start now. The life you want is waiting on the other side of your actions. As we come to the end of this journey, let me remind you that transformation is not a product of luck or chance, it's the result of intentional habits practiced daily. Jim Rohn often said, success is neither magical nor mysterious. Success is the natural consequence of consistently applying the basic fundamentals. What we discussed here today, these 5 daily habits, are the fundamentals that, when applied consistently, can reshape your life in ways you may not have imagined. They are simple but profound, and their power lies in the discipline to practice them every single day. Transformation doesn't happen overnight. It's a process, not an event. The beauty of these habits is that they don't require monumental effort or massive change all at once. What they require is commitment and consistency. Jim Rohn taught us the power of small disciplines compounded over time. He said, success is a few simple disciplines practiced every day, while failure is simply a few errors in judgment repeated every day. You have the choice every day to lean into the disciplines that will create the life you want. Life will challenge you, it will test your resolve and your commitment to your goals. But these habits are your anchors. Morning discipline gives you control over your day. Lifelong learning equips you with the tools to grow. Health and energy ensure you have the vitality to perform. Reflection and gratitude keep you grounded and focused, while taking action propels you forward. These habits work together to create a life of purpose, fulfillment, and achievement. They are not isolated practices, they are interconnected, and together they form the foundation for transformation. It's important to remember that the real reward isn't just achieving your goals, it's the person you become along the way. Jim Rohn said at best, the greatest value in life is not what you get. The greatest value in life is what you become. As you adopt these habits, you'll notice changes not just in your circumstances, but in yourself. You'll become more disciplined, more confident, and more capable. You'll develop the character and strength to handle challenges and seize opportunities. The habits transform you, and through that transformation, your life changes. You may feel excited and inspired right now, but inspiration alone won't carry you forward. The key is to take action, no matter how small. Don't wait until tomorrow or next week. Start today. Jim Rohn often said, the time to act is when the idea is hot and the emotion is strong. The longer you wait, the colder that idea becomes. Choose one habit, just one, and begin incorporating it into your daily life. Build momentum, and before long, you'll find yourself mastering all 5. There will be days when you falter, when the old habits try to pull you back, and when the results don't seem immediate. That's okay. Transformation isn't about perfection, it's about persistence. It's about showing up every day, doing your best, and trusting the process. Jim Rohn would remind us motivation is what gets you started. Habit is what keeps you going. Let these habits become second nature so they guide you even when motivation fades. Gratitude is a habit that deserves special mention as you embark on this journey. Be grateful for the opportunity to grow, for the lessons life teaches you, and for the small wins along the way. Gratitude keeps your heart open and your perspective positive. It reminds you that no matter how far you have to go, you're already blessed with so much. As Jim Rohn said, learn how to be happy with what you have while you pursue all that you want. You are capable of extraordinary things. The fact that you're here seeking ways to improve speaks volumes about your potential. But potential is only realized through action. Jim Rohn believed in the power of individuals to shape their destinies. He often said, you cannot change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction overnight if you commit to these habits. You'll not only change your direction, you'll change your life. So as you leave here today, take this message with you. Success is not reserved for a select few. It is available to anyone willing to adopt the habits that create it. You don't have to take massive leaps. Just take the next step, and then another, and another. Before you know it, you'll look back and realize just how far you've come. Jim Rohn would say, success is steady progress toward one's personal goals. Keep making progress, one habit at a time. The journey of transformation is yours to take. The choice is yours to make. Will you let these ideas remain ideas? Or will you take action and make them your reality? The next 30 days can be the beginning of a new chapter, one filled with growth, energy, gratitude, and purpose. The decision lies in your hands. As Jim Rohn said, let others lead small lives, but not you. Let others cry over small hurts, but not you. Let others leave their future in someone else's hands, but not you. Go out there and create the life you deserve.